Hello shell buddies, welcome back to the channel. If I look a little tired, it's been a very busy few days getting ready for Idalia. Now that we have all our preparations done, I have time to actually sit down and edit some footage. So here we are getting ready to go take a look at Fort Myers Beach and Lovers Key State Park. Would like to say that this was after living through Ian evacuation, coming home, the terror of whether or not I was going to still actually have a place to live. Here we are prepping for Idalia and taking a look at Ian damage that isn't quite taken care of yet, and it was emotional for me. So I just wanted to warn you that some of these scenes might be a little hard to look at. Seeing this much destruction still 10 months after the fact. We were down there in July. It is now the end of August with us bracing for Idalia to hit the northern reaches of the state. And if you haven't been back to Sanibel, Fort Myers area since Ian made landfall, this might be a little hard to watch for some folks, because so many people come here year and again to keep coming back to a beautiful place where they can have so much fun with their families and shell and explore nature. So it's a little tough to see what it looks like, and it's very frustrating for us as Floridians as well, knowing that most of these people have very legitimate insurance claims that have not been paid yet, which is why they are not rebuilt yet, which is why Sharmon is doing another auction and trying to raise some money for the community and help out, because who knows when this is all going to be sorted out and taken care of. So I don't want to give the impression that this is all gloom and doom either. We do go over to Lovers Key. It had just barely reopened just before we got down there, maybe a week before. That is also looking a little different, but there is still beautiful beach walking to be had, wildlife to encounter, critters to find, shells to discover, and all kinds of fun little things. So I don't want to give the impression that this whole video is going to be heavy, but parts of it may be for you, especially if you are from the area or you know the area well and have been here a few times. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and let's go see what we can find. Well, we're back on Placida now, and on our way to Fort Myers Beach. Man, it's still pretty jacked up down here, though. If it's like this here, I wonder what we're in for south of us. Alright, we are almost to Fort Myers. We're turning here in about 1.25 miles or so. And last time we were through here, there's a lot of damage to the docks, boats in the mangroves.
Capsized over there.
Yeah, there's still a capsized boat over there. So, I don't know, as we get closer, we'll have to assess things, but things look pretty screwed up still down here.
Sticking in the water.
Yeah, there's still stuff over there that looks pretty screwed up. That boat don't look like it floats no more.
Neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
And the one right over there.
Oh man, there's a destroyed one over there by that dock still. Golly. So the approach into Fort Myers Beach doesn't look terrible, other than some of the blue tarps we're still seeing on everything. The stuff looks mostly picked up. But I have a feeling we're in for a really, really, really rude awakening when we get to Fort Myers Beach itself. Just judging from what we saw at Sanibel a month ago, still a lot of blue tarps on a lot of roofs here. We just drove past a mini golf place that still has palm trees sitting in this fetid looking water. The mangroves are pretty salt scalded, stripped of a lot of the leaves still. This is the wall, I believe, where a bunch of people had all of their flood damaged trash stacked up alongside of it, because I recognize this white wall. And all the appliances, that's right. Boy, I'm telling you, as we're getting closer, I'm getting kind of like anxious. Okay, we're going over the bridge and crossing onto Fort Myers now. Parasail places are open. Is that beach parking there? It's telling me to turn right, but not really sure exactly why. Since it looks like we can park right over here. Damn, the traffic lights ain't even on. Okay, it is pretty horrifying how bad it was here. And I mean, like, they don't even have electricity hooked up yet for the streetlights. Florida strong, baby. Florida strong. Blue tarps everywhere. Temporary fencing everywhere. Look at this place reopened with a tent. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, there's buildings completely just missing, just gone. Fort Myers Beach strong, we'll be back. There's lots of places whose businesses have been destroyed and they're offering beach parking, it looks like. But oh my God, as I drive around here, I just want to cry. I do, I just want to cry. Oh. Yeah, that was a building once. That oh my God. Oh my God. Look at the whole back half of that place. The ice cream place is gone. Just gone. Oh my God. Look at that. Open air dining. No more roof left. Holy cow. I mean, okay, they're picking it up. They are. They're picking it up. They're doing the best they can. Absolutely. And I give all the props in the world to the city of Fort Myers and the people of Fort Myers, because you can't imagine what horrors these folks have gone through.
Look at the bus.
Oh my God. I mean, these places just wiped right out. I'm a little horrified right now, I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Looks like it could have been a church, maybe once. The stained glass is gorgeous. I can't believe that survived. Oh my gosh. Now, we have seen damage. We have been to Sanibel, we have been to Venice and Casperson and Stumps Pass and even Sarasota. We've seen damage all over. There's still blue tarps in Bradenton near my place. I mean, there's a lot of them, but this is the hand of God just wiped this place off the map. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Holy cow. I mean, people's houses are gone and they're just living in RVs on their lots. What else can they do? This is just horrific. Don't touch. You got it. Alright, we attempted to park up at the where you very first get onto Fort Myers, and the guy told me there was no shells here, but he said we can park at Land's End, so that's where we're heading. In the meantime, I'm crying for these people. My stomach turns in a knot when I think how close that our area came to this. I mean, it was projected to hit Tampa. This could have been us. Oh my gosh. It's just horrific. Good grief. All the resorts are fenced off.
You gotta keep them away from the buildings.
And then you got to keep them out of the buildings, exactly.
Away from them in case.
Well, they're not safe.
Stable.
They're not stable. Look at that.
They're all on. Those are all the shields.
My gosh. The resiliency of people here is unbelievable, but it's just, you look at this and you say, how can you overcome this? Because the devastation is so total and complete. Here we go. Stairs to nowhere where there used to be a house. Man. Holy crap.
What's amazing is the ones that are still standing.
Well, they aren't standing by much from the looks of things. Jeez.
Yeah, but I mean, the ones that are totally gone, and then you got this that's still standing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that one's still standing. No, it's not habitable.
Nope, not habitable.
But, you know,
I'm taken aback right now. I don't know how you get up every morning and look at that and keep going. 10 months later. I want you to understand that these people want to rebuild. Yeah, there were a lot of second homes that were lost here, but there were quite a few thousand people that lived in Fort Myers Beach all year round. They would love nothing more than to rebuild their homes. They paid for insurance for years, and they still can't get the money. Without that, they can't rebuild. I mean, how do you do that? How do you just pick up and build a second house when you can't get insurance for the first one? The answer is you can't. Simple economics. The question is, why? Why haven't they gotten any of their payment? My concern is, it isn't that the insurance companies think they have a legal leg to stand on, and they might not have to pay these claims. They know full and well what they're doing. They're in the risk management business. This is what they do, and they know how to game it. So if they know they're going to be legally bound to uphold the contract that they have been charging these folks for how long, if they know all these things and they're still not paying, what do you think that means? Do you think that means they're just sitting on a mountain of money and gloating and laughing about it? Do you think it means they gambled it on Wall Street and don't have it to pay to people? Do you think they're just going to flout the law and say, you don't have to do it? Go ahead, take us to court. Because that's going to end up costing a lot more. I'm not claiming I have all of the answers here, but it's a mess. And the people who are suffering are the ones who did what they were supposed to do, and they still can't. This is very hard for me to talk about and not get emotional and upset about it, because when I see things like this and people are suffering needlessly for no good reason, other than what appears to be corporate greed. It just... And the ones who suffer are the families, the kids, the folks that live there full time, people that lost businesses. So, no, it's hard to look at this. It's hard to look at this. It was very hard for me to look at it. I cried all the way up Estero Boulevard. I'm not gonna lie. I still cry now when I look at this footage. I can't even. And here we go again. We just did it again for Idalia. And folks in the north end of the state, now it looks exactly like this. And you wonder, are they going to get any help either? Now you understand the situation. Now you understand why Sharmon's throwing another auction. And you understand why we keep bringing this up. This is a major tourism hub in the Southwest Florida Gulf Coast. Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach are very, very, very popular places. I am a little upset that it's these people can't get any help and it's gone to this extent. I don't want to make this political, and I don't want to dive into too deep into what's the backstory on some of this stuff. You know, I do want to bring it to people's attention, and I want you to understand that it's not the governor, it's the insurance companies, okay? He's been trying to hold their feet in the fire, and I know of them collected money for decades and decades and then just pulled out. Just left. So I will let you do further research on that topic for yourselves and come to your own conclusions. I know what my conclusions are, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy looking at that. Nobody should be happy looking at that, and nobody should have to look at that. And that's just my 2 cents. All right, that was a gut punch. It was tough to look at. But remember I told you in the beginning that we weren't going to have a totally sad and down and gloom and doom video here. There was still lots to explore and lots to do. Might not be right directly on Fort Myers Beach. So since we were not able to get any parking or anything, any place down on the bottom end near Land's End, I mean, literally, everything was fenced off. Every single thing was fenced off. Even the guy at the upper parking lot who told us we could go down there probably didn't know that had been fenced off, because maybe it had just recently happened for... I don't know. I don't know. But obviously, there was nowhere we could stop where we could get any shells that day. So we continued further past Land's End, over the bridge, and onto the Lover's Key area. And that's where we're heading to next. Well, now we're at Lover's Key State Park, because there's literally no way to get to the beach at the bottom of Fort Myers at Land's End. And there's no shells further up, according to what that very nice gentleman at the parking station told us. And it was going to be $20 to park for like 2 hours. That was crazy. So we've come to Lover's Key, which is a little below where some of the worst of it is. And beach access, beach tram. Okay. All right, well, we can't go in that way, so. Well, babe, here we are on the tram out to Lover's Key. This is adorable. It's hard to believe when you look at this and how like cleaned up everything is. Imagine what we just drove through. What's that? Really? Yeah. Wow. It looks like they clearly lost a chunk of it right there. Yep. Golly. keep your eye open for gopher tortoises. Keep your eye open, maybe there's gopher tortoises. Kind of looks like where they hang out, sort of. So we just got off the tram. They can't go all the way, apparently. And now we're kind of starting to see why, because Lars' key got rearranged, it looks like, too. My goodness. He said that the tram driver told us that they lost 5 feet of beach down here. We just got to the bottom of where the tram used to take you. The beach is significantly smaller and everything's gone. The tram stop's gone. The cafe's gone. Like everything is just bathrooms, everything's gone. Restricted area, do not enter. Yeah, because they have construction equipment up there. They kind of have to. All that 5 feet of beach sand went somewhere. And there's lots and lots of busted, smashed stuff in the sand here. So, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and find something cool. To me, it was worth it just to come see it. If we find something here, great. If we don't, whatever. Yep, and jingles. There's an orange one, a gray one. I see broken calico clams, a lot of crossbarred Venus. We have some scallops, and look at that itty bitty little tulip. Oh, that's a cutie pie. All right, I need something to make me happy after all that driving through Fort Myers made me cry. So hopefully we'll find some good stuff. It's a hinged pear, crossbarred Venus, and a nice broad rib cardita. All right. There's a little auger down there. Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? There. There it is. All right.
That's a good way to collect shells.
I gotta go hands-free because I'm running the camera too from my YouTube.
Oh, that's great.
Whew. We live in Bradenton, and this is the first time that we've seen this place since Ian. We were here about 1.5 years ago when we went and stayed in Naples, and we came up here one day, and I mean, I don't even recognize it. I did, and Fort Myers, it made me cry.
Oh, we were here last year right before it happened, and then we came back in February and we drove here. We literally we cried because you can't believe the destruction.
I can't understand how they still don't have power in downtown. Like I just.
I like your necklace.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I hobble around on the beach making videos, and then I show you what I made. Like, I show people how I make it and what I made on my videos. Got a yellow cockle before I go. I want to bend over and get. It is, yay. If my cell phone worked, I'd show you my stuff, but I can't get any cell signal out here. Wow, I got a lot of junk in my shoes already. I'm gonna scuff it out, I hope. It kind of reminds me a little of Longboat out here, a little. A lot of smash stuff. But there is shells in the water too, though. John just found us a sand dollar. How cool. Gosh, I don't know where I'm gonna put it that it doesn't get broken though. Right now I'm just kind of cupping it in my fingers and using my palm on the walker. So let's see how that works. Look at this guy. Almost blue.
Yep.
That's kind of pretty. I don't know where I'm gonna put this little sand dollar, honey. Here, I'm gonna have you hold it. I don't want to break it. If I put it in my pockets and bend over, I'm gonna crunch it. I've broken a lot of them that way. Oh, look at that pretty little yellow paired coquina. That's lovely. Let's just see. Got cross-barred Venuses and little surf clams and nut clams and arcs, coquinas. But I see tantalizing pieces of broken fighting conchs and whelks so far. So we're hoping if we go a little further down, we might have some good luck. Oh, look. Here's a little olive. He's cute. Nice and glossy. All right. And it looks like underneath these piles of sand that there might just be beds of shells, but I don't want to be digging holes this time of year with the sea turtles trying to get to the ocean. You know where I will look though? Up in those crazy high rack lines where nothing is. Oh, I just found a knicker nut. There it is. Very cool. My little knicker nut and a little teeny tiny clam. This is nuts. You found a sailor's ear, babe? No, that's a quahog, it looks like. Thick, kind of heavy? Yep, quahog. That be a quahog. Look at the destruction of these mangroves. See what we got here. Got an auger and a cardita. And holy cow, it's hot. There's a jingle. So, you know, not quite the shells we found at Sanibel. I mean, there's lots of, don't get me wrong. It's just, this might end up being more of a tiny location. Look at this shine in the ground from all those jingles though.
Yeah, I know.
That's insane. It looks like silver. Well, at least with my sunglasses on anyway. Hopefully we won't get rained on. Hopefully we'll get to walk around here for a little while and not get rained on. And here's a look at what the beach looks like. There's pieces of things we want. Like there's a piece of a whelk. There's lots and lots of commons, especially the arcs and the crossbarred Venus. Some broad rib carditas. Some jingles. Oh, there's a pretty broad rib cardita. That's nice and colorful. A teeny tiny little hinged coquina pair. Pretty. Lots of stuff to get in your shoes here.
Huh?
Ooh. There we have a sunray Venus clam. Really dark one actually. That's kind of nifty. Did you find some coral? Oh wow. It's been rolling around for a long time, but that was a really cool piece. Nice, babe. Then we go all the way to the bottom and there was all these cool mangroves.
I don't remember.
Wasn't that here? Because we got pictures of us sitting in them. A pretty cool arc. And another pretty cardita. I like those crazy discolorations in them. That's kind of fun. There are jingles everywhere. And I'm seeing sand dollar pieces too. Maybe we'll find some sand dollars besides just the little one. Ah. And John has found a lettered olive. Well, the shell pieces and the shells are getting bigger, babe. That's a good sign. Good, maybe we'll find some stuff we can actually take. Oh, baby. A perfect, and I mean perfect, perfect apple murex. Very nice. I just found a fighting conch too. Ooh, that one's a nice one too.
Is he alive?
Something just fell out of him and he smells, so he's recently deceased. Nothing a little soak in the bleach won't cure. All right, so maybe I'll have a little better luck here in the water than on the beach. All right, there's less of the icky stuff in the water, but there's thunder. Yeah, I heard that one. Hard to miss that one. I guess we're not gonna be here too long.
Not that one.
Why, yes, I will take an orange scallop. Oh my. Got a whelk piece down here that'll make a nice pendant. And what else? A buttercup lucine. And a scallop with a lot of crusty stuff on it that I'm going to take off with my Dremel. And I see a piece of a tulip. Oh, just a tiny piece of a tulip. That's a bummer. Oh, hey. Purple tegulus. We'll take him.
Okay, ready?
Ooh, nice big sunray Venus.
Really pointy.
Some gorgeous Florida fighting conchs.
Really pretty.
Pointy and pretty in all of their details. And an apple murex. All right.
Those aren't as pretty. That's an obelisk.
Yeah, those are knobless ones. You know, yeah, he's missing his lip. And, oh gosh, he's packed full of all kinds of sand and beach stuff. But because it's knobless, I'm going to take it. Because we're going to talk about the differences between the two of them later. Since we have examples of both today from the same place. 5 or 6. But I'll always take a pretty cardita. I like those. Alright, I want to look in the water for like 2 more minutes. Since I just found a couple of nice shells in the water. And that stuff's still a number of miles off from us yet. While I have the chance, I think I'm going to take it. And water shell. All this darn seagrass though, it makes it tough to see stuff. Oh, what have we here? Oh, this one's an old one, possibly fossil. That's nice. What'd you find, babe?
Real pretty olive.
Yeah?
Real pretty.
Let's see. Oh, nice and dark and super glossy. That's a gorgeous one.
And perfect tip.
Perfect. Love it. You know, when we were down here the last time we came to Lovers, which they were going on 1.5 years now from the time that we went, and we didn't really find that much out here till we got further to the end. Ooh, I know what the name of this is, and I can't remember it right now, but it hinges over here on that flat side, and they're really hard to find because they're really fragile. So I'm going to take that guy home and take that dark colored jingle while I'm at it. And I see a fighting conch. What have we here? Oh, nice little Florida fighting conch. All right. It is an egg cockle. And a little orange bay.
Oyster.
Weird oyster. Hey, that's a semele. And so is that. Awesome. All right, so this is fun because we're finding different stuff than we found earlier. I like different. I mean, gosh, we drove far enough. So, gosh, we drove far enough. Hope to find some variety. Oh, I just saw a really cute little shell go zipping by. Oh, where'd he go? There. Little tiny Atlantic cockle, heart cockle, before he got big. And that one I grabbed before because I thought it was him, but it's just a slipper. This oyster piece is pretty cool. Looks like there's mica in there. That's neat. I like it. Oh, there's another fighting conch. Let me see, we're getting the fighting conchs and some of the other cool stuff. Got a couple of murexes. All we need now is a nice lightning walk. But that one's a beauty. Really nice. You need a shoe?
No.
Oh dear. Hey dude. Alright, we're gonna leave that up here. Carry it out on the way back. See that gross stuff in the water?
Yeah.
Alright. We were in a bunch of it. We went below it, found some cool shells. So here's a bunch more of it. Let's get below it and maybe we'll find more cool shells. Ooh. Hello, beauty. You have a real pretty colors. I know, babe, I'm keeping an eye on it, but it looks like it's blowing inland to me. And there's a Dulcinea. All right. That one's the turkey wing. Cool. Nice. Little faded out sunray Venus, but the patterning is kind of cool. Kind of like it. There's another of those purple tegulus. And a really pretty cardita. Browns and purples, nice. A little itty bitty baby Dulcinea. You got another sand dollar? Good job, babe. Excellent. Dark pen shell maker and light pen shell maker. Nifty neato. Oh, look, a talon. Wow. Very cool. Gosh, those shells are so thin. They're like see-through. Amazing. Another one of those Princess Venus clams. A sailor's ear. How cool. Alright, when we first walked on this beach, I wasn't holding out a lot of hope, but we're finding some pretty neat stuff.
Solid.
Well, we're going to leave the bad conch here
Well, we're going to take that
and take the good olive. Very cool. Some sand in it. Get that out of there. What, an olive? Ah,
Another beautiful one.
I didn't even see that guy. He's a beauty.
Yep, see, we're getting real close.
There's pieces of them all over. Maybe I should get back in the water. Oh, there's a piece of a crown.
Yep.
With a bee in it. I don't want that. A little scallop and a buttercup. Nice color. Oh my. You know, if the sand dollar pieces are here, how much you want to bet it's like DeSoto? If we went out right here, we'd find them. Oh, womp womp. That was a little horse conch, but it's so interesting and so cool. I'm taking it anyway, even though it's broken. John's got it going on in the olive department. All right, let's survey the scene here.
Yeah, survey behind
Yeah, I guess it isn't moving inland. All right. A few more minutes and we'll turn around, honey. Oh, wow. Look. That's a feather from a roseate spoonbill. That's pretty. Wow. Neato. Very cool. Ooh. Another Pomerex. Another stunner. Boy, they're nice here. Really pretty. Hello, turkey wing. Oh, yeah. And there's a piece of a moon.
I got 3/4 of one. And piece.
Another little tiny tulip piece. Where are the tulips? Look at these little beauties right next to each other. Well, he's missing part of his lip, but he's in much better condition. I think I'll take him.
You get the little one, I'll get the big one.
Oh, nice.
Look at the
Wow.
inside of him.
That's gorgeous. Look at the color on that. Holy cow. Oh my. Oh, look at the little egret, babe. He's over there fishing. Hey, buddy. Little snowy egret, so pretty. He's not that far from me either. He's like 15 feet from me. So beautiful. Oh, see you later, little pal.
Yep.
Really cool piece of worm snail colony. That's wild. Oh, that is cool.
There, we got one of them.
Oh, and a worm snail. All right. Ooh. Fighting conch, maybe? No, a big teasy piece of whelk. And this pretty little yellow jingle. What a cute color. I don't know if that rain's coming toward us or moving away from us, but I think way, because it seemed like it was closer and now it doesn't. Look! It's another nigger nut. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, is that what I think it is? It is. It's an Atlantic fat talon. That's a cool shell. I like these guys. It's a good thing we're turning around soon. And I think I've about reached the limit of how many times I can bend over today. My back is not happy. See, I asked John before if this was the place when we came to the bottom that had all the cool old broken mangroves. And he told me he didn't think so, but I see them as I'm rounding the bend. Ooh, it's soft over here. Really, really, really soft. Wow. Look at that. Right in over my rubber stoppers. Got some nice egrets over here. And noticed one of them kind of hopping funny, had a bad foot. I think it's that guy over there on the end by himself. Man, what a beautiful place. Oh boy. That big boy. That's awesome. sorry, we literally just walked by here and did not see this. That's the top of an alphabet cone. Ooh. He may be broken, but I'm still taking it. That's cool.
Most of a crown.
Oh.
Top of a cone.
Huh, now the top of an alphabet cone. Literally just picked one of those up. Very, very, very weird to see how different it is here compared to when we were last here. Oh, that thunder behind us is getting some bass in it now. You found a knicker-nut too? Nice. Got 3 of these guys today. We found a pretty good variety of stuff here today. Just trying to get back to the car. Wow, it looks like the water's been pushing a few things in since we came through here last. And there is another stunning lettered olive. Beautiful, glossy, heavy, and nice point on it. Really nice. And what have we got here? Oh, a pretty hinged coquina pear. Very cool. A little tiny broken crown Kong. Another hinged coquina pear. My goodness. And John got a walk. No, that's a buttercup lucine, but I was actually after that semele. Look at that. Nice one. Very awesome. Found a few semeles here today. Hopefully my camera stays on. It's been overheating and the GoPro's just been turning off, so cross our fingers. Wow, we had a great time out here at Lover's Key State Park. Even found some gaudy nauticas there toward the end. Unfortunately, the GoPro was overheated. I had to get back in the van to get the camera back running, and we got chased off the beach by what looks to be a pretty good sized storm and a lot of lightning. So, I'm gonna head back inland and over the bridge into Fort Myers. I got one more stop to make. Alright, I don't have much camera battery left, so we're gonna go through these guys a little on the quick side here, actually. And this is the haul from Lover's Key State Park when we went down to Fort Myers Beach. When we went, we had hoped maybe we could get onto Fort Myers and shell a little bit. It didn't work out. Everything was blocked off at the time we were there. So we made peace with it and we went down to Lover's Key and we had a really good find day. Found all kinds of nifty stuff. Alright, first you can see I've got some nice little tiny guys here. That little teeny tiny banded tulip, I love that. And then we have some really beautiful, the coquina pears, stunning. And a nice hinged crossbar Venus with an inside that's so yellow it's almost orange. Couple of talons and a white crested talon. How cool is that? Paper thin, very small. Base of a worm snail colony, a couple of sailor's ears, some jingles, some very nice Florida fighting conchs, and hello. Can we just say Can you believe the color on that? Especially looking at how like crusty the inside is. But don't worry, I can get all of that off of there. That color though, just astonishing. Beautiful. As was this one too. This one might be once it's cleaned up a little. Not sure. And we have some little yellow cockles. This one again, so yellow it's almost orange. Really stunning. And actually I think I might make that go together with the earrings from Gasparilla, the little yellows that I kept from that pull as well. We get an old beat up murex. Could be apple, could be pitted. At this point in time, who knows? It's wrecked. Some similes, the White Atlantic similes, and this one actually has some color to it, which is just beautiful. Two stunning apple murexes and a really nice egg cockle, some pieces of whelks, a little purple tegulus guy, a couple of moon snails, a big moon snail piece. This is just a piece of one too, but that's a shark eye. And there's our Gaudy Nautica. We got two of those down there. It was great. A little fossil of a juvenile fighting conch there. Got some olives and broad-ribbed carditas. One horse conch that was not in fabulous shape, but will be awesome in a shadow box. And a little calico clam, some augers, a bit of worm snail, buttercup lucines. This fat Atlantic talon with a nice swoop in it. I love those. Tops off a couple of the alphabet cones, Sunray Venus, and some arcs actually that had some really amazing color on them. Some Dulcineas and oysters, some penshell nacre. And then we got these guys, which are knicker nuts. They were super fun to find those. I love finding the knicker nuts. And random beach toy, Lego alligator. So Lego alligator is gonna end up in a creation somewhere. Who knows where and how just yet, but if he gets found on the beach, he's fair game to get made into something. Thought this was really neat too. Look at the color differences in these olives. It's not that these are super old. This is just glossy and beautiful too. But look at how different the colors can be on them. They can be this light colored in the lettered olive, or they can be this super dark color in the lettered olive and still be a lettered olive. Now I washed all of this stuff and I didn't have any critters in the shells that I could see, but a little lizard, I think it was a lizard, what was left of it, got into the wash bucket. So everything's sort of has an odor to it. So these guys are all gonna have to go back in the bleach and get cleaned one more time. But before I do that, I will go ahead and pull some stuff to work with out of that pile as well. Even though we had to change our plans a little bit about where we were going, we still found some really cool stuff. And kind of had to wrap it up and get moving because A, we had to drive back over to Bradenton, and B, I had to go meet up with Sharmon and bring her the things that I was giving her for the auction. So we ended up leaving Lover's Key, getting hold of her and meeting up with her for a little while. Had a lovely chat and sit down, and it was just great. She's a doll, and I think she's amazing for putting these auctions together. And I promised God that if I had a house still to live in after Ian, that I would help in whatever way I could. So I obviously, even though it wasn't my impact area, definitely sent some stuff down there for her. While I was driving up Estoril Boulevard, I was kind of crying that, oh my God, I didn't bring enough. Oh God, I should have brought her more. I should have brought her more. And it's because it's just so overwhelming when you see what actually it still looks like down there. And believe me, there's no amount of jewelry that I could have brought her that would fix this, okay? And I know that reasonably and realistically, but when you come close to losing your own home and you make a promise to God that you're going to help somebody else if they lose theirs, it sort of makes you feel like you have to do as much as you possibly can. And I don't know, I still get upset talking about it, upset thinking about it. I have been living on the coast now between South Carolina and here for a good 2 decades plus. I've been through the evacuation thing. I've been through the hunker down thing. I've been through that gut-wrenching worry whether or not you're even going to still have a home what your neighborhood is going to look like. How are your neighbors? Are people okay? Did your friends and your family members lose their homes? It's, you get I guess it's a survivor's guilt, a form of a survivor's guilt almost. It's tough to explain. But all of us in Florida live with that every year, knowing it could be us this time. It was a pretty big storm. So even 3 hours away, people were missing their roofs. People still have blue tarps. People had trees on their houses and their carports and their vehicles. Signs blown apart, power out, water turned off. I mean, it was bad 3 hours north. So I can only imagine how terrifying it was to have been there through that, if you were. And I have a good friend in Cape Coral who was. She had one of those newer houses and the really sturdy, rated for hurricane windows and everything. And she literally saw this monster coming at them, and was terrified for hours. There's a collective trauma, I guess, when a big storm happens, that when so many people have such a broad reach of us have been impacted and affected by it, that it takes you a little while to get past it, but you have to get past it because you have to live your life every single day. And you have to keep getting up every single day. We just did this again with Idalia. We just crossing our fingers, worrying, hoping, praying for people upstate. And from what I saw, storm surge wise, they're probably going to have big problems that look just like Fort Myers and Sanibel do. And it's probably going to last them a while. It's going to take them a while to bounce back. So the whole message here is that there, if you can help, please do. If you can find it in your heart and you have the ability, by all means, we would all say thank you from our whole area, our whole state, the whole Gulf Coast. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back this week. Come back again when we do our part 3 wrap up with our creation and some other new things. And make sure that you tune into Southwest Florida Beach Life as well. Go check out our auction. It's beginning in September. And you can see things from artists from all over the place to help give Fort Myers a hand. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.